Okay, let's dive in. Wow, what a turnaround today.
Yeah, quite a shift from yesterday's fuel.
Definitely. After that bit of hesitation, the market showed some real resilience, didn't it? The SPY bounced right off that critical $600 level we flagged.
Right off it. And gold. Gold made a really significant push, too.
It really did. Felt like a day driven more by, those fascinating technical signals rather than big news.
Absolutely. It was less about breaking economic headlines today, much more about how the market reacted to key price points and maybe some leftover feeling from yesterday.
Exactly. And this is the deep dive where we try to cut through all that noise, pulling out the most important insights from today's market action, specifically for you, our mission. Highlight the key moves, the technical signals you really need to see to understand what's actually driving things. And hey, if you find these daily summaries helpful, if they give you that shortcut, maybe hit that like button. It doesn't cost anything, but it helps us out a lot. And click subscribe so you don't miss these updates. You can always unsubscribe later if you want. And just a reminder, of course, everything we talk about here is general market commentary, trading education, not specific buy or sell advice for your situation.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So looking at the stocks today, it was a bit of a mixed bag overall, but the main indexes, they showed strength. The SPY climbed 0.4%.
Holding that $600 level?
Holding $600, confirming that level we mentioned yesterday was critical support. Buyers absolutely stepped in right there.
Okay.
The Dow, the DIA, also edged up 0.21%. And the NASDAQ 100, the QQQ, gained 0.23%. Kind of shrugged off yesterday's dip.
Yeah, but it wasn't all green, was it? The Russell 2000, the IWM that continued to struggle, dropped another 0.4%. What's that telling us?
Well, that's pretty significant, actually.
Right.
It confirms the rejection right at the 200-day moving average.
The resistance level.
Exactly. The level we warned could be tough resistance. It played out just like that. And what's interesting here, something we also touched on yesterday, is that lingering negative divergence.
Right. The higher prices but lower momentum.
Yeah, higher price highs, but the RSI showing lower swings. It's like your car's speedometer is climbing, but you can hear the engine sputtering a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
It suggests the underlying strengths might be fading. Bulls really need to push for, convincing new highs pretty soon to kind of cancel out that warning signal.
And volatility was pretty tame today. VIX held steady, but that divergence, the small caps struggling, sounds like we should keep watching tech and small caps for direction.
Definitely wise. Keep an eye there for cues. And speaking of signals, today was pretty quiet on the big economic news front.
Right.
Markets were clearly reacting more to the technicals, like we said, and that lingering feeling from yesterday's softer May CPI data, remember that consumer price index, came in at just plus 0.1% month over month.
Barely moved from April.
Barely. And plus 2.4% year over year. Core inflation, taking out food and energy, still hanging around plus 2.8%.
And no big Fed talk today, but that U.S.-China trade framework discussion from yesterday, that's still kind of tempering inflation fears, right? Potential tariffs and all that.
Yeah, it seems to be helping on the margin.
Yeah.
So the focus really stays on, well, when or even if the Fed might signal rate cuts based on this kind of data.
Okay, let's shift gears. Crypto and metals. Bitcoin took a bit of a hit today, down 2%.
It did, yeah. It couldn't manage that breakout from the bull flag pattern we've been tracking.
Explain the bull flag again quickly.
Sure, looks like a little downward sloping channel after a strong run-up, usually a pause before heading higher, but failing to break out upward.
Yeah.
That suggests the pause could, turn into a deeper pullback. Might need to test some support levels before trying again, so still cautious there.
Okay, but gold. Gold had a noticeably strong day. Totally different story.
Big difference. Jumped 1.24%. It's moving further away from that support trend line inside the ascending triangle pattern we've watched for weeks.
The one with the rising lows pushing against a flat top.
Exactly. Buyers keep stepping in higher, pushing towards that flat resistance. Gold is now right in the apex, the pointy tip of that triangle. Technically, that means a significant move is often coming soon, either a breakout above that resistance or a breakdown below the trend line.
So decision time soon.
Very soon. We're watching really closely for that potential breakout above the horizontal resistance. Silver also managed a small gain, kind of stabilizing near $33 after yesterday's dip.
Days like today, mixed indexes, that divergence hanging around, key levels being tested, they really highlight how tricky navigating the market can be.
Oh, absolutely. This is exactly why having a clear plan, knowing how to read these technicals, and importantly, using solid risk management, it's not just helpful, it's like essential. Helps you avoid getting chopped around.
And that's really where mentorship can be such a game changer, right? especially in markets acting like this, learning from coaches who've seen this stuff for decades.
Exactly. We guide traders through analyzing setups, just like the SPY bouncing off $600 or the IWM struggling at its 200-day. The focus is intense. Protect your capital first, then look for the opportunities. It's about results-driven training, real support until you actually recoup your investment. Serious guidance, but without that huge brand name price tag.
Makes sense. Hey, speaking of setups, got a stock you're watching closely or maybe a question about these markets? Drop in the comments below. We might just cover it in an upcoming deep dive.
Yeah, we'd love to see those. So just to quickly wrap today's action, SPY, DIA, QQQ showed strength, held those key levels we talked about.
But IWM fell, confirmed that resistance.
Right. Bitcoin pulled back, failed its breakout pattern for now. But gold, significant surge, consolidating right at a critical point on the chart. Markets definitely leaned on technicals today.
So do you have a ticker you want us to break down? Maybe something showing a similar pattern or testing a key level like gold or IWM? Let us know in the comments. We genuinely love seeing what you're watching and digging into it.